Good morning and welcome to Kid News, sponsored today by the Hopkins family of Roxbury, New Jersey, to wish a happy 12th birthday to Nathan. Not only does he turn 12 tomorrow, but it's St. Baldrick's Day at Lincoln Roosevelt School, and Nathan is cutting his long locks and donating it to make wigs for kids with cancer. Nathan, our entire team salutes you. I'm Tori. Today is Friday, March 4th, 2023, and we begin with California lawmakers getting skittish over Skittles. A proposed bill would ban the sale of the uber-popular multicolored candy, right along with Sour Patch Kids, Hot Tamales, Pez, and Double Bubble bubblegum, because they contain chemicals that have been linked to certain diseases, as well as to behavioral issues in kids. The chemicals in question, red dye number 3, titanium dioxide, potassium bromate, brominated vegetable oil, and propylparaben, 3 of which are already banned in the European Union. Companies selling these products overseas have found substitute ingredients, which lawmakers say are safer. They're hoping this legislation encourages them to do the same in the U.S. If the bill does become law, California would be the first state in the nation to crack down on the chemicals in candy and other food products. 3 minutes of glory and almost one giant leap for 3D. A California-based aerospace startup called Relativity Space made history on Wednesday by launching Terran 1, a prototype rocket made from 85% 3D printed metal parts, into space. After successfully lifting off from Cape Canaveral, Florida, and meeting what's known as Max Q, a state of maximum dynamic pressure, an engine issue ultimately doomed the mission, dubbed Good Luck, Have Fun, from making it all the way into orbit. Wednesday's launch was the third attempt at liftoff. The first 2 were scrubbed due to mechanical and weather delays. Company officials, however, are not flustered by the setback and are already analyzing flight data to prep for future attempts. Their goal? Making space travel more frequent, less expensive, and more efficient. TikTok's top guy took a bipartisan bruising on Capitol Hill yesterday. For 5 hours, congressional critics challenged CEO Shou Zi Chew over privacy and data security concerns. It was his first public appearance in front of lawmakers, and he tried to play down fears that Americans' personal information is being shared with the Chinese government. He also addressed TikTok's efforts to limit the hours teens spend on the platform. In the meantime, public sentiment against the app may be growing. A recent poll by the Washington Post found that 41% of Americans are in favor of the federal government banning the app. Currently, the Biden administration is exploring the idea of forcing a sale to take the video app out of Chinese hands. It's all in a day's work. The next time you find yourself in line at a Starbucks, you might want to check out the name tag of the barista behind the counter. If it says Laxman, then the worker making your drink could be none other than the coffee chain's new CEO. Laxman Narasimhan recently took over the reins from longtime boss Howard Schultz and has made it his mission to learn every part of the business, including putting in 40 hours to earn his barista certification. And his commitment to keeping a close eye on the company's day-to-day operations isn't over. Narasimhan plans to tie on the green apron and spend half a day each month working in one of the chain's cafes. Everything old is new again at the happiest place on earth. Disneyland Parks reimagined Mickey's Toontown opened this week, and if crowd size is any indication, a longtime Disney villain might be more popular than the Big Mouse himself. Pete, also known as Black Pete, Bad Pete, and Pegleg Pete, made his first cartoon appearance back in 1925. And then played the bad guy in Mickey's 1928 Steamboat Willie debut. In the years since, he's become known as more of a Mr. Nice Guy to Disney fans, and now he's reportedly drawing the biggest crowds in Toontown, meeting and greeting his fans for the first time ever, dressed in blue overalls and sporting a huge smile. That's it for Kid News. Now, today's Kid News quiz. California lawmakers are targeting how many chemicals in some popular candies? 5. How much of Relativity Space's rocket was made out of 3D printed parts? 85%. What has Starbucks' new CEO pledged to do? work in a cafe for a half day each month. What Disney character is currently attracting the biggest crowds in Toontown? Pete. In our Kid News Kicker, celebrity dreams do come true, even for one-eyed rescues. Crash, an 8-year-old cat who was once homeless, has taken the top prize at this year's Cadbury Bunny Tryouts, becoming the first feline ever to capture the famous bunny ears crown. In addition to a $5,000 cash prize and another $5,000 for the shelter of his choice, Crash will star in his own clucking bunny commercial, hitting the airwaves tomorrow. Crash ended up in an animal shelter following a car accident that caused serious injuries and the loss of one eye. Crash's owner credits the cat's quirky and outgoing personality for the win, as well as his possum talents, including giving high fives. Thanks again to the Hopkins family of Roxbury, New Jersey, and to our hair hero, Nathan, for underwriting today's episode. Nathan, your proud mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa tell us you're such a math whiz, we need to shout out 2 different schools. First to your teachers and friends at Lincoln Roosevelt, and another Kid News hello to your math teacher, Ms. Richardson, at Eisenhower Middle School. And shout-outs to our other terrific Kid News teachers, starting with Mrs. McGrath and her dragons at Doby's Bridge Elementary in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Ms. Moore and her Yetis at Reunion Elementary in Commerce City, Colorado. To California for Ms. Escobedo and her Wildcats at Williamson Elementary in Rancho Cordova, Mr. Champ and his Griffins at Gale Ranch Middle School in San Ramon, and Ms. Rivera and her Roadrunners at Rosedale Elementary in Saugus. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out our Week in Review quiz in the extra credit section of our website, and if you signed up for the Kid News Club, look for our word search in your emails. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here for more Kid News Monday morning.